Hi everyone, how are you guys all doing? Um, yeah, we are going to be doing some. I'm going to crochet, but anyone can do whatever they want to do tonight, and we're going to chat. I wanted to say welcome in Miss Annie. Thank you for being here, and
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
I wanted to say hello to everyone in the chat. We've got Larry, we've got John, Chris K, Mary. Um, Annie, of course. Is there anyone else? I think that's it
Yeah,
for now. Okay. Welcome in. I am going to be working on my great grandson's little blanket that looks like the ocean, in my opinion, because,
it does. I love to play the color.
yeah, and I'm almost done with the first skein, and I'm going to have to start on this other skein. And this was actually one I got from Joe's stash that I purchased, and I ended up getting, I think, three or four of these. The other two are in the other room. But this is a Super Saver, a Red Heart Super Saver ombre in scuba. Scuba, yeah, that's it. Just says scuba. So that's scuba, I guess, the ocean, right?
Yeah.
So I picked it right. But let me switch these cameras so that you can see what I'm actually doing bigger. And it's folded, of course, because it's getting too big to lay out across my whole uh, table. And I'm going to work on it. And this is the ripple uh, pattern, or I call it rick rack, but it's actually the ripple. So I'm just going to work on that.
The edge of it looks like Rick Rack.
Yeah, exactly. And what are you working on, Annie?
I may do a little knitting tonight. I don't think I'm gonna start another picture yet. I think I'm gonna
Oh,
take a little break.
cool. And what's everyone else working on tonight? This probably should have been done like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't been working on it a ton. I should have, because the baby gets to come home from the hospital tomorrow finally. But the whole box is packed except for this blanket. So I'm hoping by the end of the week I will have it finished and I can ship it.
Well, Johnny is supposed to come home tomorrow now. Um, they kept waffling back and forth on when he was going to come home, and the VA called and asked him if it was medically necessary for him to be in the hospital because they were like, they had been calling CES, asking what was going on. They only approved his stay until today,
Yeah.
and they was trying to get another week out of it.
Awesome, Chris.
Oh, I
Chris
can't wait to
K.
see Chris. So, and now we're going to get that snow. Not sure if we can get off the hill to go get him.
That is sounds cool, Mary.
I like Be Creative's crafts, her patterns. She's got nice patterns. Excuse me.
Oh, Chris K, I wanted to show you something you had asked me about with my thermal printer. And look what I was able to do on my thermal printer.
That's cool.
This is the painting I did on Sunday. So, and it's a sticker,
It can be done.
so it can be done. And you can actually buy thermal paper. Hi, Connie B.
Hey, Connie B.
Welcome in. Um, so you can do it, and it was really super fast. It's
Cool.
downstairs, so I can't show you. But I hit print and turned around, and it was done already.
Hey,
It was.
Sandra. Welcome in.
Hi, Sandra. Welcome in. I was really shocked, but that looks like the painting. I mean, so here's the painting. And here's the thermal print of it. Of course, it's only in black and white. The thermal printing is only black and white. So. I'm downstairs in my sewing room and got Mary, or not Mary, Annie and Sarah's paintings ready, her other painting ready to go. Shipped them off. Then I played with my thermal printers. So
Chris wants to know if you figure out how much you would charge for those.
for these little ones, you mean the ones from the thermal printer? Oh, maybe $1.50 a piece plus shipping. They're not that expensive to make.
It might be a cute little add-in for when you're sending something.
Say that again.
A little add-in sticker for when you're making something or sending something. Maybe
Oh,
do
yeah.
a print, a sticker of the print or the painting, and add that in so they can put it in like a scrapbook or whatever. That'd be a cool idea.
That is a cool idea. Even though it'll be black and white, but it's a cool idea.
Well, a lot of people those would be great in your paintings. A lot of them, probably most of them, for scrapbooking
Oh,
themselves.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean,
Maybe
I have all the
you know,
scrapbookers.
you just gave me an idea. All those pictures of the baby that I got,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Oh,
print those and send them with it to their mom and dad, so
that's a
they
cool
have them.
idea.
Yes, thank you, Chris K, for bringing that up. Because
That's
the
a really neat
idea
idea.
about doing it on pictures, and then thank you, Annie, for that idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Chris K. She said
Yeah,
she thought it'd be great in for junk journaling.
yeah. If anybody wants them, you just got to tell me what image you want when you order them, and then I can even if I don't have the physical painting, I have uh images of all my paintings that I have done in the last
I
20
might have to go
years.
back and all the pictures I've got, uh, and have you do the stickers for them so I can have them. Oh, you know that the tree that I think it was like oranges fall tree that I either won or bought off you, the 5x7. It's
Yeah.
one of the ones that came with this was my big painting that you sent with
Yes.
the big.
Uh-huh.
It's no longer mine.
Did your sister take it?
No, my husband took it.
At least it's still in the house.
He brought it in to show to Anthony's social worker when she was here because she was admiring the one I have hanging in here, and he got the other ones to show her,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "No, I got this one for Christmas." I was like, "No, you didn't. That's mine." He goes, "Not anymore." Flathead.
Well, at least it's still in your house.
Yeah, it's still gonna be hung in here. He thought that would look good with his wildlife pictures.
Ah, right colorings.
Yep. Yep. He said that was it. I was like, whatever. That wall is getting so full he hangs anything else up on there and the damn wall's gonna fall down. I said, there are 3 other walls, well, 2.5, because the door takes up most of this wall.
Yeah.
He was not thrilled with having to go to work early tonight. And I said, "Guess you're lucky." When I was on the phone with him, he said, "Why?" And I said, "Because if I'd have walked outside and seen this and you told me I had to drive you to work, you wouldn't be going to work."
Right.
Our driveway is now completely covered again after he worked all those days to clear it for me.
Wow. Not good.
Chris K said she will be emailing you and you have been warned. Just the wonderfulness that is me, John. That's all you missed.
Oh, John, we were just talking about I have you remember I have my thermal printer? Well, I bought a second one, a smaller one, and I was playing with it last week on my live, and Chris K asked me if I could thermal print pictures, paintings, and I said yes, I could. So I did. Okay, so on Sunday night I painted this painting, okay? And I thermal printed it on and this is a sticker. So it's already, it comes off the paper really easy. And Chris K is going to be ordering any of my paintings in this size of prints for $1.50 plus shipping. And anybody can order them because those stickers are, I have a lot of them, and it only takes me a few days to get more when I order them. So plus I have a lot of other sizes, but they're smaller. And I'm going to look into maybe getting even a bigger size because my thermal printer will take bigger. Not on those printers. I can't. I know it's available. I can look into what it would be, what I'd have to do. But that's a good idea. I'm not sure if you can do thermal printing on T-shirts, but I can look into it. It would have to be a different style of machine of some sorts. Because I know I have my Cricut, and I can use my Cricut to do vinyl. Just think of the swag. Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome. I will have to look into how to do it. Yeah, heat transfer. That's what my Cricut does. It's a heat.
Yeah, it's from what it's saying, it's heat transfer vinyl, direct to film, or heat transfer paper.
Right. That would be really good advertisement for me.
Yeah, it
Where,
would. And I'd totally wear one.
yeah,
I tell everybody about your opinions anyway.
right. Thank you.
And that one lady, because we was looking for a cat toy at Christmas time,
Uh
and she
huh.
said that she was on Etsy and she made them, and I have no problem, uh, you know, supporting a small business or whatever.
Right.
$28 for a cat toy, I wouldn't buy that from a high end store.
Right.
I mean,
I have an Etsy shop. I have nothing on there right now. In fact, I have two Etsy shops, and I have nothing on there. One is woodworking stuff, and I haven't had anything on there since I sold the last thing I had on there. And I was doing prints for my paintings, and I own. It didn't get a big. I mean, I'm not going to pay them extra to push my stuff. So I took them all off of there, but I still have it. I prefer not to go that
well, she
direction.
makes crocheted cigars that she stuffs with catnip.
Right.
I've crocheted for a long time, and those cigars are probably about 6 inches long.
Mhm.
And of course, the cost of the catnip, forget that.
Right.
$28, even that's a lot of money
Well,
for
yeah, especially
catnip.
seeing how
Now,
catnip.
if you're cutting that size, if it was larger or something more complicated, that I just think that's overcharging people, and that just makes people not want to buy your stuff.
Well, especially seeing how the yarn and the time didn't take that much, and catnip is not expensive. In California, it grows
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
I have a like a flower box in my
Mhm.
yard that I planted catnip in for the cats to lay and roll in on in the summertime. They love it.
Right. We used to have it in our backyard when I lived in California, and yeah, it's like nah. That's not something that I would pay that much money for.
Well, I mean, she works at Walmart, so I know she don't make a ton of money, and
But
it's a
still,
good side gig. But and I hadn't seen her since then, so I don't know if she works in the office or whatever, and she was just down there because they were short-handed. But I wanted to tell her, she makes nice stuff, but because she was complaining she didn't sell that much, that's why, because she's got it so overpriced.
well, yeah, you have to learn how to
You got to know your
outprice
audience.
yourself, but not underprice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think something like that, $15 would be a good price.
Yeah.
I think at $28, that's just a little much.
Right.
And that's because I know the price of the components that go into it,
Mm-hmm.
so I can see it. But an average person is just going to go on there and see the prices. Like, no, I ain't paying that much for a toy for my cat.
Especially when you can go into any place that sells uh, cat toys and buy little catnip toys for less than $5.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it is handmade, so you have the time put into it and all that. But
Yeah, but you know what? If
$20 is a big price for it.
a lot of cats would destroy that
Oh yeah,
in
my cat's ripped. It probably
yeah.
wouldn't even last 24 hours with him.
No, when I buy Roy's toys, and when I buy him a big, it's a rope and it's made out of parachute um
Material.
material and stuff, which is hard to tear up. Within a day, he's got it completely shredded.
That would have been Pete. Pete was like that. I'm gonna tell you, Cash. I've never had a dog that took such good care of the toys as Cash does, and he puts his toys away every night. I'm telling him to clean up, and he will run around the house getting all of his toys, and he keeps them in a pile beside Bill's chair. That's where he chose to keep them. He had a basket, but he wouldn't use it.
Yeah, Royce keeps his in the same area, but he um will pull them out. He doesn't play with them a lot, but he'll pull them out and bring them to us to play with him. Now the rope, he drags it up on the couch and sits and chews on it.
Cash grabs his right foot and play tug of war, and he about dislocated my shoulder one day. I was like, no, we ain't gonna be doing this no more. It,
That's what happened. I can't do that with Royce anymore because of he pulls too hard. Ron can, but I can't.
he pulled Bill off his feet, and Bill's like, that's it. He said, I'm not fighting for it. If you want me to throw it, drop it at my feet. And I was just looking at him, and he said, what? And I said, come here. And he came here. I said, put it on the floor. And he laid it on the floor. I said, back up one step. And he backed up and sat down. And I picked it up and threw it. I said, that's what you got to do. That's how you get him to drop it.
Yep. I won't fight them for something out of their mouth. I hold on to it and I say, when you're ready to let go, then I can throw it because I'm not gonna do that.
What? Bill keeps saying the dog's full of rotten, and Bill did it. He keeps saying it was his former owners, and I was like, Bill, we've had him for 3 years. He's over all that.
Yeah.
His jealousy, I said, he's just a jealous dog, and he thinks he needs to be the center of attention. It's just the kind of dog he is. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
But today is so hilarious watching him and Storm fight over Bill's lap. And he gets mad. He'll get him off Bill's lap, and he'll
Yeah.
get up in Bill's lap. But he's not a small dog, and pretty much takes up the whole chair and covers Bill up. You can see his head.
Right.
And Storm will just sit there and look at him for a minute, flick his tail, and then jump up on the back of the chair. And him just look at him. It's like, what you gonna do now?
Hold on just a second. I gotta look at something. I'll be right back. I just gotta go around the other side of the table, but I gotta look at something.
Okay. So, John, how you been? Other than walking through the ice, haven't seen you for a while. I had to make sure Bill had his winter cleats for his shoes because he
Oh.
nearly fell coming up the driveway the other morning.
I'm back.
I was teaching him the Canadian duck walk that I've learned from my Canadian friends. I was like, walk with your feet turned out a little bit, take little steps. I said, you cannot walk. Bill, he almost fell coming up the driveway, tromping up like he always does, and he about busted his rear end. And I told him, I said, you got to be careful. We're getting older. I said, our bones will break a lot easier than they used to. I want some Connie. Yeah, Connie, you got to make some swag. I want some Connie swag.
What?
I want some Connie swag.
You want some what?
Connie swag.
Connie slide?
Swag.
Oh, swag. Like, what are you saying?
Welcome back, Larry.
Welcome back, Larry.
Chris K, I'm sorry, I just seen this. Yes, I have crocheted baskets from Clothesline. It's
So
hard
have
on your hands because it's stiffer than what you think it is. Just if you're going to do that, make sure you get the 100% cotton stuff. Do not get the stuff with the nylon. It will eat your hands up.
Yeah.
Mary, we used to have a German Shepherd. My dog that I raised from birth died, and I was getting ready to leave home, and I didn't like the idea of my parents being so far out in the country by themselves. So I got a German Shepherd puppy, and I told him, I was like, I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna keep a dog that big in an apartment. That's just not fair to the dog. And I was like, I'll leave him here, but I paid for his food, vet care, and all that. All they had to do was, spend time with him, basically.
Yeah.
That dog carried a rock around in his mouth, and he wouldn't growl at people, he wouldn't bite people, but if he didn't like them, he'd drop that rock on their foot. And it was Dad weighed it weighed about 8 pounds, and he carried that rock around in his mouth like a ball.
Yeah.
And he was okay with it until he started chewing on it, and Dad took it away from him. I was just like, that's not good for their teeth.
Right.
And he was like that. He would chew everything. Sorry, Connie, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm looking at heat presses. They're expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you can definitely do it, but any image.
I love German Shepherds, Mary. They're one of my favorite dogs.
We've had several German Shepherds.
Larry says he has Pep.
His what?
Pep.
Pep?
Larry says, I've Pep.
Cool. I have to do some more looking into this. Studying it to figure it out more about it.
I'm going into the color of the wormhole today.
Larry, I have a Cricut, and you heat transfer on your vinyl onto stuff, but I can't do like a painting or a picture with that. It would have to be a heat press.
When we first moved here, the job that Bill had was working at T-Shirt International.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy literally started out on Main Street in town in his parents' garage. He's now a multi-millionaire doing T-shirts. when he sold his company, I think it was like he sold it for $8 million. And when I asked him, I said, "What are you going to do now?" I said, "You can't sit still." He said, "We have raised our kids, our grandkids are raised. We're going to see the world." I was
Yeah.
like, "If you've got the money to do it and enjoy it." And some of the nicest, you would never thought these people had money.
Right. Yeah, Larry, that's what I do. I do vinyl that I've cut out with my Cricut, and then I use the I have a heat. It's not like one you fold down, but I do have a heat thing for it from Cricut, and I have two of them, a big one and a small one.
What's that, dude? Oh, I know what's that.
Oh, doing that on your fingers not good.
No, he said his finger slipped when he was
Yeah.
typing. Oh,
I'm
nice
going
to do so.
I'm going to switch to my earbuds so I can move around in here and not have to be connected to this. Let me see if it will connect.
Mm. John, you still working on your blanket?
Can you hear? Oh, yep, it did. Okay.
Yeah.
I hate being connected by a wire if
I
I can
am.
help it.
I am super lazy anymore, wanting the earbuds because I don't want the wires around my neck or anything.
Right. Okay, so this, I'm going to grab my. So this is what I have. Um, and it presses the stuff, and it can go up to 300 and something degrees, and it's from Cricut. I won this. They're very expensive, but I won this on a contest with a friend of mine a couple years ago. And then I have a small one too. This is the big one. There is one that's bigger, but this is what I use for my heat transfers, my vinyl heat transfers. My other one, the smaller one, is downstairs. I've used it down there. But I found the box downstairs with the rest of my big paintings in it.
Oh, cool, John. I still haven't got back to my yarn. I'm working on it.
Okay, my chat's not advancing again.
I'm on the YouTube side because mine wasn't advancing either.
Blanket and shawl diamond painting. Awesome, John. I switched over to YouTube.
When I went
so
to
I could
YouTube, I
see.
seen this answer to my question because I was just like, it's not moving again.
Yeah, Larry, that's the kind of stuff that I would like to do, but I can't. It's a lot harder to do it with that kind of a press or that kind of a heat thing, or with the Cricut. I mean, the Cricut's fine, but I need a regular one of those bigger presses.
Yeah,
the one that you put
it's
everything
not
on
moving
it.
at all in StreamYard.
Huh?
It's not moving at all in StreamYard.
Nope.
That's all right. We can sit on the YouTube side and watch.
Right.
I think tomorrow I'm just going to run out in the yard and start seeing Let It Go.
Yeah.
dancing through the snowflakes.
Anthony might kind of wig out over that, or he'd come out and do it with you.
I'm surprised he hasn't asked to go out in the snow. And he did walk out there one day and the wind hit him in the face and he was just like, nah. Came back in the house, took his coat and hat off, kicked off his shoes, and I was like, I guess he decided he wasn't going outside.
Right.
Well, she was supposed to go to Scouts tonight. They were off school all last week because of the ice.
Right.
Pipes bursting, the roads being bad and everything. Well, she went to go to Scouts and they didn't know that it had been canceled till they got to the church. So they turned around and come back. And Andrew's like, he said, he said, we still got a lot of daylight. And he said, would you like to change clothes? He said, put on some warmer socks. And he said, you can play out in the snow for a while. And she goes, no, I'm over it. I haven't been able to go to school and see my friends. Now I can't even go to Scouts. I hate snow. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I heard her in the background. She goes, I'll see you next week. And I said, oh, hopefully you'll be able to get here next week.
Right.
Bill was sitting there, he goes, you could get across that bridge. It'd be all right. It'd be fine. And then we was watching the news and that Saturday, which is Saturday afternoon, there was 5 wrecks on that bridge because of the ice. And I was like, see, this is why I told you I wasn't going to cross that bridge.
Let's see. Mary says, I'm not starting any new hobbies or crafts. I am trying to get rid of everything but my yarn hooks and patterns.
Well, I am still interested in learning to make cards.
Well, I mean, I can do that. I can do a series. I mean, you've watched me make them.
You need to have the materials to follow along.
Well, yeah. You can start really small. I mean, I did.
I got a few like blank cards that I got to print on to put them through the printer, and then I was just like, I want to make handmade cards. I made a couple of baby shower cards where I sketched baby feet.
Right.
Did like a watercolor background, then put baby feet in the center of it, and then the baby's name and when they were born.
Right.
Oh, cool, Mary. Mary says she has some supplies for me.
Cool.
I've done that, and I did one with like a silhouette of a deer. I sketched onto it with just basic trees, hills in the background, and they were just sketches. And I was just like, I liked making them, and people seemed like they appreciated, handmade card. But I just never really went any further than that with it because I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know how. I knew how to put them through the printer, but I didn't know how to, like with the dots. I was learning about, to lift it up a little bit and all that.
Right.
Like, oh, I see. Okay, I need to learn how to do all this stuff. And it's fun. And I don't send out cards anymore because, he won't marry. Although he did go in there and he was just like in the craft room because I haven't crocheted or knitted anything since Joe died. And he come back out of the craft room and was looking at me. I said, what's up? He goes, your yarn misses you. I said, oh, is the yarn talking to you now? Because when I'm making something, I'll sit and argue with it. Especially if it's not something I want it to do.
I take time off from. I've always took time off from crocheting for a couple of weeks, and then I start itching, and I got to get right back to it. But I've been busy this.
In a couple of months.
I have been super busy with crocheting because I've been. Let's see. Since Joe passed, I made that top. I finished the top for Joe's sister. I made that dress for Joe's niece. And then I made the shawl. I made the skirt and cardigan. And then I made the other skirt and cardigan for myself. Those are both for myself. And then I've made all those amigurumis for the baby. This is the third blanket that I've crocheted for the baby. And now I'm going to make 3 more squares for the blanket of Joe's yarn. I'm going to use one will be with this yarn because I've got so much of it. This was from Joe. And more of Joe's is back here. I've got some green. And I got a whole tote of stuff, 2 totes of stuff I bought from Joe or she sent to me that I'm going to use to make 3 more squares. And I'll do that when this is done. Welcome back, Chris.
Yeah, I
But
love
the
the ombre effect of that. That is so pretty.
it is really pretty. Now the shawl or the cardigan and skirt cover, that was from Joe stuff. And I have more different colors of different mandalas that I got of hers. So
You know the weather's bad when you go to Walmart and the parking lot's not full. We pulled in there and I was like, well, if we can get in and out fast this time. And he looked around and he said, I wonder why nobody's here. I said, because nobody can get out.
Right.
Except for the people who live right directly in town, most of these people live out hollers, and them roads are in bad shape in good weather.
Yeah. Our pastor's wife was just in West Virginia last week. She was there for a week seeing her newest grandbaby, and she said that it was bad, and she her trying to get home on plane. Oh my gosh, she said she was okay getting out of West Virginia, but then she went to Chicago and she was stuck there for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
So
what's that? Storm just like sit straight up and was looking around like he saw something. I don't see anything. Cash is out laying on the porch. It's warmed up enough that it's I think what is it today? It's not really. I mean, for us here lately, it was pretty warm today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 31 now. Today's high was 34.
We got up into the 40s today. Tomorrow we'll be in the 50s for a few days, and then we'll be in the 60s, and it looks like by weekend we'll be in the 70s. But our winters are usually pretty much over by the end of February, sometimes before the end of February. They're calling for a little bit of snow on the east side of the state, but not where we're at.
I like the temperature. I just don't like anything that comes along with it. Because, it's kind of nice having 3 air conditioners. Just open the window and the house goes on.
I'm too cold for that. I can't. I get too cold right now. For another
I
probably another year or more.
was about going nuts because when Bill is home, the windows and doors have to stay shut. He doesn't like them open, even in good weather. And I was just like, couldn't wait for him to go back to work so I could open the door and not have to listen to him complain that I got the door open.
Right. Oh, my back itches. Got an itch on my back.
I got one good back scratcher from Menards. I loved it
Hmm.
until it broke.
I have a really good back scratcher, but it's in the bed. It's in the bathroom.
I
I
have
don't
back
want to get up to go
scratchers in
get it.
every room except the kitchen because I get annoyed that every time I'm wherever I am when I'm start itching, it's always in another room.
Yeah, I've always kept it in the bathroom, and I keep it in my drawer because I don't want it walking away. It's less apt to walk away now that it's just me and Ron. But when I had grandkids living with me, which I did up until um, June, my stuff walked away.
Oh yeah.
My grandson, the one who has the baby now, when he moved out 3 years ago, he brought me a box of my stuff back. I mean, he brought it downstairs, and he goes, "Here, Nana, this is for you." I said, "What is it?" And he goes, "It's your stuff." I said, "What stuff?" And I looked at it and I'm like, "Kendrick."
I've been
But I
looking
knew he did.
for months.
He loves my craft room. Even when he came here a year and a half ago to get his tools, he walked into my craft room. I said, "What are you doing in there?" And he goes, "I just want to look." I said, "No, you don't. Get out of there." I said, "No, you're not getting in. You're not going in there." One day I found him in my craft room using my e-file on something metal. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm using your file." I said, "No, that's for my nails. Get away from it." I said, "If you want one, you buy one for yourself."
That is
And
something.
then
I have my Dremel, but
well, a Dremel is different from an e-file. And yeah, and in fact, I need to get a new Dremel. My Dremel died. I used it until it died, but it was old. But
oh yeah, Bill got me this Dremel back in the '90s. Uh, like
oh,
the
my Dremel was older than that. I still have it. It just doesn't really work very well. I got it in 1983, 84. I can't remember. Yeah, it was around then. And I used it good. Then I got another Dremel, and it was a piece of crap, and I got threw it away. I said, "No, I need to get a good
when
Dremel."
did you make it to 700 subscribers?
I've been to 700 subscribers for a long time, like maybe a year or more on this channel.
Has it been that long since I looked on the YouTube side? I mean, I always have the
Mm.
YouTube side open, but I don't always look.
Yeah, if I could get the hours, I could get monetized on this channel as well. But I don't. I only am on here once a week, so yeah. Because my other channel, I have over 3,000 subscribers. But this channel is how old is it? Let me see. See, see how old this channel is. I think it's at least 3 years, maybe 4 years old. Um, this channel is 5 years old since, well, almost five. On June 30th, it'll be 5 years. My other channel is a lot older.
Yes. I hate it when she does that to me. Right back.
Okay. I think my other channel has been since 2008 or something like that. So I'm itching to move now that I moved all my sewing stuff downstairs and all my shipping stuff downstairs, thinking about rearranging this room again. I do it about once a year. I used to face that wall over there. Then I faced straight out this wall. Then I was in the center and I faced that way. Now I'm faced this way. I was moving it around. But I'm thinking about, oh wait, I did face it that direction too behind me for a while. I had like to have access to both sides of the table um, because of all the stuff that I hook up on the table, all the lights and stuff. I don't like to have access to it. And Chris K, I will do your painting on Thursday night. What I was looking to make sure I had those small canvases, and I do. I can see I have 7 of them, so I have plenty. So you want the background to be similar to that painting that I did, the black and white, and then you only want the cardinal to be in color, correct? I think that's what you said.
Me?
No, Chris K. Her painting I'm going to be doing on Thursday.
No, that's
okay. Good. She wants. It's going to be a small one, the size of the one that I just shipped to you, the 4x6.
yeah.
And it's going to be black and white, similar to what I did on Sunday, but the cardinal will be in color.
She was calling to let me know that they told her they are not sending him home tomorrow due to the roads being so bad.
I was wondering.
Until Thursday. Well, evidently there's 12 patients that are due to be released tomorrow, but they can't be because there's no way for the families to safely get them home.
Right.
So she agreed with that. She said that was a good idea.
Well, that's good that they thought of that because a lot of hospitals, when they want to release you, they don't care. They're just like, just get out. We need the bed.
Well, normally they would do that, but if they do that in the weathers like this, then they are liable for whether they get home safely. The hospital is,
Right.
and they should be.
Exactly.
She said, my neighbors to the back, the ones we're good friends with, their son is a substitute bus driver, and said
Mm-hmm.
it was so icy. Red House Hill is a very rural part of the county, and he went up the hill, which is uh, from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill is 4 miles. It's straight up and down almost, and said he had to put the bus against the guardrail and just ride it down. He couldn't steer it or nothing. Had one student on the bus.
Wow.
And I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't have went up Red House Hill in the wintertime. I have come down that hill in the wintertime. It's not a fun track.
Right.
And it's literally on the very top of the mountain. It's the highest point in the county. I lived up there briefly with a friend of mine, and we would go up to the top of the hill just to look. It's a beautiful view, but I would not live up that hill. Not on a permanent
Right.
basis. I think I was there. I lived up there with her for about 6 months, and then she moved in with her boyfriend, and I moved into an apartment. I was like, I ain't living up there. I don't like that.
Yeah.
In the summertime, it's absolutely beautiful up there. It's a nice drive.
I
And
I
since the
bet.
road is so steep, they always keep it in really good repair.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of the county, Sandra says beautiful blanket, Connie.
Thank you. I love this pattern. I love the way it looks, and I absolutely love this yarn. The way it is working up. I mean, let me show you guys the whole thing. I don't know. Can you guys
I,
see me? Yeah.
it literally looks where the colors are rippled along with the pattern.
Right. Yeah, I think it's extremely beautiful.
Oh, they got pictures of that.
What?
Of him taking the bus going down. He ended up going straight across the road. He stopped crossways of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to. That's not really a wreck. He's got his
Yeah.
back wheel is in the ditch, and the bus is across the highway. I wouldn't call it a wreck. I would call it a mishap. But yeah, she told me to look on Facebook because they had it listed.
Right. Exactly, Chris. I don't know, unless they just he had to do it. I don't know.
Oh no, the last student on actually lived in town, and the way they rounded it was that he would be the last one off because it's on the way back to the bus garage. Because for the entire county, all of the buses are in my town. That's where the bus garage is. But
Hmm.
yeah, they take a lot of chances with kids. In my
Yeah, it's not, and they shouldn't because those kids are not in seatbelts,
yeah.
which is wrong. I think they should have seatbelts.
Well, I mean, the special needs kids have seatbelts,
Yeah, but no one else. Regular
and
buses don't
I
have
always wondered. They're
seatbelts.
like, oh, they're dangerous. And I said, then why are you putting them on the special needs kids?
Well, even if you think about it, even city buses should have seatbelts. If you make people put seatbelts, a law that says put seatbelts on in a car, a truck, a van, or whatever, then why aren't you providing seatbelts on a bus?
And making it illegal to drive without them. Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I mean, I'm a big believer in seatbelts, but
Me too.
because I've seen enough people that's been in wrecks. I did have one friend that almost died because she was wearing a seatbelt, but they were T-boned and the seatbelt nearly cut her in half.
Well, yeah, but
And that's just like a 1 in a million chance of that happening.
Right. Thank you, Sandra. Insurance, yeah, I understand, but I just think if we all know how dangerous it is to be in a vehicle in an accident without a seatbelt. So you've got in this big tin can, you've got 30 or 40 people sitting in there, standing, and no seatbelts, and the damage that can and does happen when there's an accident. Yeah, I don't ride buses anymore, so but I think that they should have seatbelts available. I mean, you think about it. A person in a vehicle, you get in an accident, your body becomes a projectile object. That's why when there's accidents with buses, that's why so many people die.
We haven't really had
Only the driver. The driver is required, but not all the people.
We haven't had very many. I mean, we have like this. What I'm calling this is a mishap. Going a ditch or something. We haven't had very many fatal bus wrecks here. Not even city buses or school buses. And you would think, as silly as this place is, and as bad of shape as some of these roads are, the road that Bill's mom lives on, the school bus goes down that road. There are parts of that road. You know how they fixed it? They drove some steel down in the ground beside the road. That's how they fixed the slip. It's like the entire road is sliding down the mountain. And I'm like, oh, that's a fix.
Mary, you live in Ohio, right? I'm sure you remember the fatal accident of the bus it was going from Kentucky, and it was a church group. Trying to think how many years ago it was. I think every single child and the driver ended up dead. I know, Larry, but I wish you were. But where was it? Was they were coming from a concert or amusement park or something, and it was a fatal accident. And that's when the laws were changed about where and the gas tank was and how they had to put a cage around it in buses. It was in the 90s, I think, is when it happened. Or, because I don't think it was when we were living in Kentucky. It might have been just before, or maybe it was. And if it was, then it was in the early 2000s. I live in Flatland, but I prefer to not. I mean, I love living here. Don't get me wrong, I do love living here, but I miss living in Utah, where there's lots of mountains. Right, Larry?
I do not like flatlands. I like my mountains.
What did you say?
I don't like flatlands. I like living in. I like my mountains. Yeah, it has its problems, but I just feel if I go into like Kentucky, Kansas, I feel naked because I have no mountains around me, and I've lived so many years in the mountains that I get on the flatland and it's just like feels super weird to me because to me you walk outside and the mountains give you a big old hug, and I know that sounds weird, but it's like you're protected when you're in the mountains. You're on the flatlands, you're not.
Right. Well, let me show you. Oh, I can't. Um, I have pictures of what the mountains look like from my daughter's house in Salt Lake. And I miss the Rockies. The Rockies are gorgeous. And I love driving through them. I love seeing them every day. Where I lived, okay, so when we moved here a little over 6 years ago, where we lived, we were 2 streets away from the mouth of the canyon. And so the mountains were right there. Every day we could watch the deers migrate down out of the mountains down into our neighborhoods. Or in the afternoon, you saw them migrate back up into the mountain. And then, of course, there was some deer that just lived in the town. They never went up into the mountains, but you saw them all the time. We had a golf course right across the street from us, and the deer were in there all the time. Yes, we did have mountain lions too, but they would come down in, and sometimes they had to be tranquilized and taken away to a safer place for them and safer place for people. And sometimes they came down and then they just wandered back up.
Yeah, exactly, Chris K. That's yeah. I feel naked, but yeah, I like that too, Tony, because even here, I mean, just in the yard, and we have bears and we have skunks and we've got deer and rabbit and squirrels, and
Oh,
it's so
oh
cool.
yeah. We have
Um,
a lot of squirrels
right,
here. We have fox. We have squirrels and we have foxes that live here in town. But in Utah, you had moose that come down out of the mountain, or you
ugly
could see.
moose are ugly. Good night, Sandra.
Good night, Sandra. Um, we had moose and mountain lions, and we had elk and deer and pronghorn and bears and um, skunks, which I didn't want around me, but they were around. And I mean, we had so much wildlife that you saw
We used
all the
to.
time.
They're talking about it now because, and I think it's coyotes doing it and the foxes, but we don't have a skunk population anymore. And we used to be on their migratory path. They would come through our yard. They didn't stick around. It was just you could smell where skunks been, especially when
Hmm.
the dogs that lived around there. But every year, and Bill said even at the plant, because they have like a protected area within the plant that they can't put nothing on because it's a wetland, and
Yeah, we have wetlands here too.
it was set aside for the wildlife. It's just like a wildlife area. And he said there's been no skunks at the plant ever. And it used to be
Well,
you went down the highway and you were constantly seeing dead skunks. And now all you're
right,
seeing is coons. I haven't even seen groundhogs lately.
we don't really get groundhogs around here. We get prairie dogs, but we don't usually have any coyotes in town, but we do have foxes, and they do keep. We don't usually get a lot of skunks in town, but I see roadkill skunks, and I can smell them. And there's a lot of them around here. But I do see coyotes occasionally out when I'm driving. Occasionally we'll see a coyote, but usually we see lots of foxes because they live right here in town.
We've
We
got
have 6 dens.
coyotes and
Okay, I am almost done with this skiing, and I'm gonna call it a night. Um,
I don't think so, Chris. Honestly, we haven't really even seen that many snakes lately for like the last 5 years. You used to run on at least a couple of copperheads through the summer, a rattlesnake occasionally. But even the black snakes and the green snakes have gone down in population. So I don't know what the
we
deal is.
we still have lots of snakes.
I don't. Snakes don't bother me as much as cockroaches or spiders. I'd just soon have a snake crawl over me as have a spider or a cockroach on me.
Spiders don't bother me because I kill them, and don't I can't stand cockroaches. Don't have any around me. I do have those stupid dung. Oh, I hate those dung beetles. But I guess
I,
they're.
I think watching dung beetles is kind of cool. I'm sorry. I like
I
watching
don't
them.
like them. I think they're disgusting, and so I can't stand them. They're always outside when it's warm weather, out back, and crawling all over the dog's poop. Ugh, yuck, 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 yuck. Makes me sick to my stomach. But I can't
But if
stand
you think
crickets.
about it, they're cleaning up. They're
I
a
I don't
scavenger.
care. I don't care. I the thought of it makes me sick to my stomach. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. It's just something that drives me crazy. But um, and I hate moths. Oh my god, we get moths in June. I hate them because they get stuck in my hair and they're fluttering
Lorelai's
around.
mother will freak out if a moth gets near her. She cannot, but she's
I
okay with the big
can't.
moths. But
I
she
can't
does not
stand
like
them.
moths.
I can't stand moths because they get stuck in my hair and I'm like, oh, yeah,
We
no,
get
no,
Luna
no, no.
moths here, which they're huge. Luna moths, they can get like up to like 4 or 5 inches wide from wingtip to
Yeah.
wingtip. And
Ugh.
we were sitting out on the porch one night and was talking, and one just came in, just lit right on her nose, and she went crazy. She was slapping, dancing across the porch, scared Lorelai. And Andrew come running out, and he goes, "What is it?" I said, "A moth landed on her." He goes, "Oh," he said, "She hates them."
I hate them too. And if they get in the house, oh, I am out for blood. I will hunt those suckers down and kill every one of them.
I
And
never
I have
minded them in the house until I started getting wool.
right, and then well,
Now I
I don't
don't
have
want
any,
them in the house.
but I have cedar, little pieces of cedar everywhere in my house. So, all right, I am pretty much done with this skiing. So I'm gonna call it a night. It's a little over past 9 o'clock. So just going to get this row done. I hope the next skiing matches up pretty good. I don't think it's gonna matter. It's a darker color, but it'll go back dark. Maybe I should start.
I think
Maybe
it'll
I should
blend.
start on the outside. The outside's not as it's the same color as that, and then it'll go to the light colors. I'm gonna start on the outside, so I'm gonna have to roll it.
It's Art with
Or
Connie, Chris K.
yeah, it's art was con. Here, let me. Ow, let me put the Here, I'll just write it down. There it is. All I have to do is tap on it.
Yeah. Put two N's in her name.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
Connie
I
misspelled
want
her
to.
name again.
I hit it. It just didn't work. There. Oh dang it! It still didn't work. So I put a comma. Dang. Okay. We're gonna get this right.
Third time's a charm.
Right. There we go. Now you should be able to click on that. Did it turn out blue or no?
No, it's black on my side, but on YouTube side. Good night, Mary. You stay safe, stay warm, and stay off the roads if you can. A lot of accidents
Right.
happening there.
It's on the screen now.
Yes, it's correct now.
You're welcome.
Otherwise, your name would be Coney.
I know. I hit it. It just didn't. It didn't. Yeah.
Take
It just
it.
didn't do it right.
I've been having problems with my H key doing that when I'm typing in hi. I'll get the I, but the H is, and I'm like, where'd the H go? I hit it.
Right. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night because I am done. I only have like 6 inches left of this. I gotta ball up that other one because I want it to go more cohesive with the pattern. So I will see you guys on Thursday night on my other channel. And I'm painting the little painting for Chris K. So that she won from bingo night. So I will hopefully see you then. And you guys have
Night,
a great
everybody.
night. Good night, guys. Bye.